5 secrets you missed from WWE Bad Blood 2024. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists, and also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Number 5. The real finish to Liv Morgan vs Rhea Ripley. One of the most criticized matches of the calendar year is without a doubt Liv Morgan vs Rhea Ripley from Bad Blood 2024. The match was all over the place, and the match finish made WWE and their talent look like complete amateurs, as it was completely botched and left fans in total bewilderment. As things stand, the match has a 3.39 rating on Cage Match, which makes it one of the lowest rated matches of the Triple H era, and this rating is unlikely to improve as the match has little rewatch value. To highlight just how atrocious this match truly is, CM Punk vs Drew McIntyre, also from Bad Blood, achieved a rating of 9.38. Since the botch finish went down, there has been rampant speculation surrounding what the match finish was actually supposed to be. Some fans have theorized that Morgan was supposed to pin Ripley, and that's why the returning Raquel Rodriguez placed Morgan on top of Ripley. But according to Fightful Select, the original plan for the bout was indeed Morgan winning with assistance. However, things went into disarray when the referee called for the bell. It was implied that the original finish to Rhea vs Liv was Liv winning with Raquel's help. However, the referee couldn't justify not doing a DQ finish as he saw everything unfold. Whilst this finish would have been a vast improvement, it still would have led to criticism, especially due to the involvement of Rodriguez. Fans could literally hear a pin drop in the arena when she returned, and if the original finish went ahead, then they wouldn't have likely influenced the reaction towards her. The match and the finish were so overwhelmingly hated by fans that there was immediate calls for WWE to bring the feud to an end, and there appears to be no interest from fans to seeing the two wrestle at WrestleMania 41 next year. Even Ripley herself is pushing for WWE to go in an alternative direction, as Ripley during Bad Blood weekend was stating that she doesn't want to face Morgan at WrestleMania 41, instead she wants an epic showdown with either Io Sky or Bianca Belair. Number 4. The Original 2. One of the key themes of Bad Blood 2024 was acknowledging the past, and the history of Bad Blood as a premium live event was discussed numerous times and it even showcased in the opening video package. With the original Bad Blood pay-per-view taking place way back in 1997, this meant that the majority of the wrestlers on the match card have since retired. However, two names who appeared on the inaugural pay-per-view did actually make an appearance on the 2024 broadcast. The first name to do so was Triple H. In 1997, Triple H would come to the ring with Shawn Michaels for the main event of the show, and Triple H would have a segment at the 2024 Bad Blood event. In fact, it goes even deeper than this, as Triple H has appeared on every single Bad Blood PLE in history. The first being at 97, then in 2003 he had a Hell in a Cell match with Kevin Nash, then in 2004 he defeated Shawn Michaels in a Hell in a Cell match, and then of course he made the announcement of the Crown Jewel belt. The other name to achieve this was The Rock. In 1997 he competed in the opening contest as he teamed with the Nation of Domination to defeat the Legion of Doom. Fast forward to 2024 and the final boss appeared as a surprise to bring the PLE to a definitive close. Whilst Triple H and The Rock were the only two names to appear on both shows, WWE did have other options. Names such as Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, and The Godfather all work for the WWE or have Legends deals, so they could have potentially gone all out in honouring the inaugural Bad Blood event. Number 3. Did WWE spoil Jimmy Uso's return? During the CM Punk vs Drew McIntyre Hell in a Cell match, fans noticed that there was a monitor under the ring, and this instantly led to speculation that a wrestler was returning to the WWE during the show. Fans believed that the monitor was for the returning Jimmy Uso, who returned during the main event matchup. Wrestlers who are set to make returns or guest appearances can sometimes hide under the ring during the show, and the monitor allows them to watch the show and know when to come out to perform their scripted spot. It is indeed possible that Jimmy was under the ring for the majority of the show, however it's possible that he was snuck in just before the main event started. If Jimmy was there from the beginning of the show, this would have meant that he would have been under there for over 3 hours. However, if he was snuck in just before the main event, then he would have had around 20 minutes to get ready for his planned return. Number 2. What did Roman Reigns say to Jimmy Uso? Jimmy Uso's return at Bad Blood was handled to perfection. Jimmy received a huge reaction, and the aftermath certainly helps further the Bloodline vs Bloodline story arc. When Roman Reigns got the win for his team at Bad Blood, he and Jimmy would embark on an emotional conversation. However, it was virtually impossible to make out what the two were saying to each other. Thankfully, the WWE were quick to publish a transcript, and this is exactly what the two would say to each other. Reigns said, "You did that? You did that?" Jimmy said, "Oh yeah, baby." Reigns then said, "You call the play?" Jimmy then said, "Only for you, Us. For you, my Us." WWE providing the transcript for the conversation was a very welcome move, as it certainly expands the lore between Reigns and Jimmy Uso. Reigns was in total shock that Jimmy was the one who saved him, and of course, it was implied that Jimmy was waiting to insert himself into Reigns' life and save him from the Bloodline 2.0. Jimmy is firmly cemented as a babyface on the main roster now, as following the match, it was him who actively encouraged Reigns to stick to his word and assist WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. It's unknown how reigning Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso fits into the mix. Jey has reacted via Instagram with a shocked emoji to Jimmy's return, and it seems like only a matter of time before Jey enters the fold once again. The Bloodline vs Bloodline match is still rumored for Survivor Series War Games next month, however some fans believe that too much has happened in little time for the match to take place. Whilst the wheels are indeed in motion for the epic collision, Jey is cemented as one of the faces of Raw and is currently a singles champion, and former Bloodline member Sami Zayn seems completely distant from the story arc. However, if WWE are smart, they could still pull it off effectively, but they must act with a degree of caution, as if the angle comes across as rushed or forced, then it may damage the reputation of the feud heading into the War Games match next month. There is speculation that they may hold off on the Bloodline Civil War for Survivor Series and instead have a Team Reigns vs Bloodline 2.0 matchup. Fans were fantasy booking over this on X all last month, and Team Reigns was looking to feature names such as Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. With that being said, with Kevin Owens now officially turning on Cody Rhodes, it looks like Rhodes vs Owens 2 is the direction for Survivor Series, and this opens the door for WWE to get back on track with the Bloodline vs Bloodline saga. And number 1, what did The Rock really mean? When The Rock made his dramatic return at Bad Blood, one of the main talking points centered around his hand gesture. As the final boss stood on the stage, he counted to 3 before delivering a throat cut gesture. The obvious meaning behind the signal is that The Rock was letting the 3 men in the ring, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso, know that they had personally upset him and there was no turning back. In fact, WWE analyst Sam Roberts had a great explanation of this on his podcast this past weekend. I said to you immediately, I went, "Oh my god, Megan, how many people are in the ring?" And Megan, tell me how many people were in the ring. 3. I said, Megan, The Rock is sending a message to all 3 of them. I think that's how I perceived that. The Rock was letting Jimmy, Roman and Cody all know that they've just entered into the sights of the final boss. One question that WWE fans still have is why now? Why has the final boss waited until Bad Blood to reinsert himself into the mix? Well, from a kayfabe point of view, it looks like Reigns and Rhodes teaming up and being on the same side was a final straw for the Great One, and there's no way he was going to allow this to happen. During his iconic post-Bad Blood promo on Instagram, The Rock discussed a range of topics, and after making a dig at Rhodes, the final boss didn't give much away, but he did once again deliver a throat slash when mentioning the 3 aforementioned names. There ain't nothing and The Rock, the final boss, means there ain't nothing that will ever compare to The Rock going out there, the final boss, and his music hitting and seeing those 3 in the middle of that ring. You had Jimmy, you had Roman, and you had Cody. The Rock doesn't have to say a thing. Tonight, we're gonna have a good time. Another development in the story of The Rock returning is Solo Sikoa. As Sikoa and the Bloodline were escaping through the crowd, Sikoa stated that that was all a part of the plan, heavily implying that The Rock is pulling the strings. This storyline is going to take several twists and turns, and hopefully the WWE delivers the goods, as it could have a legendary storyline on their hands. But there you have it folks, 5 secrets you missed from Bad Blood 2024. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.